All right, good morning, everybody. I had a request to make a video on dividing pings, and I figured I would have this as a good opportunity to go over my updated soil mix as well. But just to get started, very similar to my video on repotting pings, you'll just want a few things. First, you'll want a pair of tweezers, obviously plant tags, and a pen to label everything, some pots, and then I recommend 2 different soil mixes. This one's a standard carnivorous plant soil mix, so this is just 50% peat and perlite. Make sure everything is fertilizer free. And then this one, I don't have a ton left, but this is my updated carnivorous plant soil mix, or for pings. And you can see here that it is this cherry stone granite grit. It's basically just crushed pink granite. There's also some perlite in there, or pumice, whichever, some pool filter sand, and some fluval stratum. I don't have any in my apartment right now, but sometimes I also like to top dress with the granite grit to try to keep algae and other things down. Okay, so I went through my collection and I grabbed a few different things, a few different stages of needing to be divided. So I have here a Pinguicula gigantea, and this thing's basically coming out of its pot. This guy should be a pretty easy division. You can see now that there are 2 main growth points here. And then I have a few other pings that are in these like clusters too. The third example, it would be this guy. So this is what we would call a crested ping. If you can see here, the growth point has split. And I don't know if I have any good examples behind me. I don't. But if you look on my YouTube videos in some of my cactuses in the greenhouse that I just posted this summer, there are some crested cactuses, and this is a really common trait among like typical like grocery store cactuses that you might see, where the apical growth point becomes mutated and it starts dividing, I guess, horizontally. I don't know if that's the correct term. I've never taken any botany, but essentially what happens is that it starts dividing kind of sideways like this. And in this case, I am getting a few new growth points around the side, but for a ping, you never try to divide this unless you want just a pile of leaf pullings. There isn't really anything connecting everything, so if you try to split this, it's just going to fall apart. What you're looking for when you're dividing a ping is that you want it to look like there's 2 plants left in the pot. And I'll just start off with this Pinguicula gigantea. This guy's just kind of coming out. It wasn't really in there anyways in the first place. And if we clean up some of the roots, you can see there's not a ton of roots holding pings together, but I might have to remove a leaf to get a good view for you guys. But if you see here, right there, you can see that line down the center. That's the division where the 2 plants would be. So if there's 2 clear divisions like this, what you can simply do is firmly grasp both plants like this at the base and just rotate them both maybe a quarter turn counterclockwise, and they should just pop off from each other. Should just hear a break. This guy might not be ready yet, but we'll see. There, just like that. You might lose a few leaves in the process. That's fine. This guy, maybe I should have waited a little bit longer, but now I have some leaf pullings and I have 2 different plants there. Yeah, and again, like if you end up like breaking leaves off again with pings, it's not a big deal. You can just propagate them from the leaf pullings. Okay, So that's the easiest example. Usually you want to wait as long as possible until it's like basically falling out of the pot before you do something like that. These other examples, I'll try to go through pretty quickly. This is a snow queen, so this is like a fun variegated one. I'll just try to quickly get all the dirt off. And you're going to do the same thing, but essentially you might need tweezers at this point. So I don't think I have a squirt bottle on me. Oh, see, that one just kind of came off like that. But again, you can see that in the center, they're all kind of connected, and some of them will pull off. And sometimes you might need to clear off a bunch of these old dead leaves. But it's really the same thing, where if you see two plants kind of connected, you just grab your tweezers and you twist, and you just pull gently away. Like, I had to force it a little bit with the Gigantea. Giganteas are pretty big. But in general, if you just go like this, you should just feel a little pop and it should come right off. You shouldn't have to force it too much. If you have to force it, you're going to lose a lot of leaves. And this is the last one. This is probably the best example. Again, you can see that there is two plants here, right? They're connected by this common stem right here. And again, simply you just grab them and you just gently pull apart. Okay. This one is basically the exact same. So again, I'll just run through this quickly again. I'm hoping that maybe this one is a bit more difficult. That one, the plants were pretty, that was a pretty old pot. So the plants were pretty far apart. Whoops. Okay, yeah, this is a good example. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, sorry. So if you can see right here, you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions on this side. And I have to move some of the leaves and some of the roots. Some of these roots are dead, right? But again, you can see 1, 2, 3 plants on this side. And again, just like with the Gigantea, sometimes it's easier to do this with your fingers. But I'm going to first try to divide these two main clumps. So I'm going to try to break it right here down that center. And I'm just going to grab them and I'm just going to try to rotate them a little bit. And I don't know if you heard that, but if you pull that apart, that's where that break was. So now I have a set of 2 and a set of 3. This one, again, I'm probably going to lose a lot of leaves. You can see this is the old stem of where that plant was. So I'm going to break that off and maybe that'll make it a bit easier. You can see this is all old woody and dead stem. Right? That's all old stem. And you can kind of see where that came off. And now you can see more clearly that they're attached right there. So if I grab my tweezers right here, I should just be able to go like that. They come right apart. Okay. I'll do it quickly again here. Give you guys lots of examples. Again, a woody stem. So maybe break that off first if this is an older plant. Some pings get these stems, and actually, if you have an old plant, you'll see these, but they're dead, so I'd recommend getting rid of them before repotting. And you see right there, that one just fell apart just like that, right? So that one is off like that. And this one might be a bit more difficult, right? Because this plant is relatively small. But again, if I probably just pinch it, yeah, you can see it just comes off right there. Okay. As far as potting goes, it's pretty simple, right? I'm not going to show it in this video, but you can see my other videos. Fill up the soil halfway with carnivorous plant mix, the rest with your ping mix, top dress with gravel if you want to. Simply make an indent, put your plant in, kind of tuck it in, top water it to settle it in, and that's basically it. Okay, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. In regards to my Sarracenia, a lot of my Morii are putting out their fall flush right now, so they'll be looking good in about 2 weeks. So I'm hoping to post another Sarracenia video around late September, early October. Okay, see you guys. Bye.